Welcome back to Mac Talks Football. And the first game in the round of 32 of the FIFA World Cup 2026 has just ended, and Canada continue making history as they qualify for the round of 16 after defeating South Africa 1-0. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. It was a hard game to watch. Let's be very honest. It was not a good game of football. And you had to sit through it. And I will be very honest. I was just hoping, especially after the 85th minute, just anybody, just score a goal because I could not sit for 30 more minutes, of watching that. And maybe if the game had gone to penalties, that would have been fun. But the way that game went, I really did not wanted to watch more 30 minutes of that game because it was really poor. It was, the way the game started, I thought it was going to be quite an open game because the way that especially if I'm being honest, I thought Canada would have tried a bit more. They would show much a more ambition. They would want to go more forward. They would try to create more chances. I thought Canada would take more chances as compared to the South African. I knew that South Africa would have preferred to sit back and dictate the play in that regard and try to hit Canada on the counter attack. And most probably mostly South Africa did that, and they in a way was successful as well. They had two or three good chances in the game as well. But I'm more disappointed in Canada, but that they were not really able to do anything. They did not really had the ball as well. But when they had the ball, they really did not do anything. It just felt like a sort of a chess game where both of them, both the managers and both the teams are trying too much. And nothing of that is working. I think the best period of the game was the last, let's say, 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the first half. That was the only time where the game got excited and you had chances on both the ends. Goalkeeper making good saves. I think the South African goalkeeper, I think he had a really good game. Robinson, I think had a good game. He made a couple of great saves, a goal and clearance as well. You had that penalty shout as well. So that was the only period where I felt, the game was doing something. Unfortunately, then the half happened, and I personally felt, the first half was much more lively. Even in the early part of that first half, you had, both the teams trying to have a go at each other. But as the game went on, especially that second half, it was poor. It was really poor. You could say it's like watching paint dry. It was literally like that because they barely anything happened in that second half. I think there was one Canadian chance where when Alfonso Davies came on and he made that move. I think that was the one chance, the big chance Canada had. I think it was one big chance from South Africa. And in 45 minutes, if those are the two talking points that you only have, you just you just know how much of a bad game it was. It was really slow. The build-up play was not there. Both of them were, quite loose with the ball. The possession, they were not really able to hold on to it. It was quite sluggish. It was just not a good game of football. And again, I'll be honest, I was just hoping that the game does not go into the extra time and somehow we get a winner. And you just felt it that the way the game was going, that especially after that penalty incident did not go through. You just knew something like that was going to happen. Either it was going to be a moment of brilliance, individual brilliance, a comical error, a big foul or something like that is going to happen, and the game is going to be going to get decided in that way, or we are going to have to sit through 120 minutes and then we're going to have to watch the penalties. Thankfully for all of us, Estefan Stekau gets the ball on the edge of the box. Great first touch. Let's be very honest here. South Africa, you can criticize, the South Africans for not coming out quicker, not, closing even down with a great first touch, gets it on a volley and places it, perfectly on that left hand side. No chance for the goalkeeper. A great hit. And, it's a great goal, from the distance and the way that he takes it. But the moment as well, 92nd minute, the game is almost about to go to extra time. You are mentally, it's taking a toll on you. And then the pressure to make sure that you are able to hit it. You are the home side. Everybody's looking at you and whatnot. I think it is everything taking into consideration. It was a really good goal. Apart from all of that, it was a good goal. But then you take all of this into the consideration, and then it becomes even even a better goal from Stekau. And I think he deserved it. He has been one of Canada's best player throughout the tournament. I said in my preview as well that he's going to be one of the key players and crucial players that if Canada have to go through deeper into the tournament, he has to perform, and he has performed very well throughout the tournament, and he deserved this goal as well. And again, taking his team to the next round, I think it was a good game from him overall as well. Not apart from apart from the goal as well, he was really really good as well. And I think, do I think Canada deserve to go through, the way that the game went? If I'm being very honest with you, both the sides were really poor. It literally was a, a sort of a coin toss. Anybody could have gone forward. You cannot really say, that South Africa played poor or Canada were really good. It was not like that. It was, as I said, it was a 50-50 game. And you just sort of knew something like that is going to happen. A mistake, a foul, a card, or something, a moment of brilliance, and it ended up being a moment of brilliance. And I'm really happy that it ended up being a moment of brilliance in sense of sorry about that. Instead of getting a yellow card in it, or a foul coming in and a penalty and whatnot, I'm much more happy that it was a individual moment of brilliance that got the goal and ended up being the winner as well. And Canada, for the first time in their history, they are gonna be in the last 16 of a World Cup. A huge achievement from Jesse Marsh and his team. At the start of the tournament, they said that this is the best Canadian side that has ever come into the World Cup, and they are proving them right. The home crowd has always been behind them, and it was behind them today as well. But still, the players are doing amazing, amazing on the field as well. Gonna feel for the South Africans. They the upset in the group stages, defeating South Korea. Came into this game and they played their hearts out. You cannot take anything from South Africa. The Bafana, they were really good in the way that they wanted to play the game. Their game plan was working. As I said, they came closer, quite a lot of time, but the end product was missing. And I think that they are gonna, because they were just not really able to pull that fireball. The final trigger was not really happening for them. Throughout the game, they would go up until reach that, the 6-yard box, get into the penalty box, and they just wouldn't know what to do with that. They were not really able to take a shot on goal and whatnot. It just did not work for them. Overall, as I said, that has been their game, and they are going to play that way. They are going to sit back. They are going to defend like their lives depend on it, and then they are going to hit you on the counter attack, and they did that quite successfully. Unfortunately, it did not work for them, but it is their first World Cup since the 2010, since they hosted, and they have made it, to the next round, and they've given a great show of themselves. So, commiserations to them, but they have been a really good sport, and they have really, been a great success story, if I'm being very honest with you, even getting to the round of 32, because nobody gave them a chance. Like, everybody thought they are going to finish at the bottom of their, of their group, and they're going to get out in the first round. They made it, and they made to the round of 32, and even in this game as well, they made it really tough for Canada. But unfortunately, they are out. So, commiserations to South Africa, congratulations to Canada. They become the first host nation again out of the 3 host nations to qualify for the next round. And they've basically thrown the gauntlet at USA and Mexico that we have done our part. Let's see what you can do. Not a good game of football, but a great goal to win the game. That's for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game and both of the team's performance. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.